life changed dramatically, and I want to say magically, when I actually took the time, and it was scary doing it, and it was tough to do, but when I really assessed the relationships in my life, and the ones that were not authentic, and the ones that were not supportive, and some of the ones that were actually downright toxic, and I just kind of had to say, I bless you, I gotta just kind of detach with love, but detach nonetheless. And it was amazing, because now when I look around at my life, sometimes I'm shocked. I'm like, this is incredible. I have the most amazing friends.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that, because it's just wonderful. But I think you have to create a space for that. And if there's toxic people taking up that space, I think that's a spot that could be filled by an amazingly successful person that you love being around,
So I remember
who loves being around you.
The first time my mother came to me, she said, "You have to run away from home now. You're just too toxic for us.
You must leave."
Yeah, you must leave.
My mom did the same thing. Come to think of it, no wonder we like each other.
It's time for you to get out of the house.
That's right. Move on.
Okay, let's find something else. Just open. That's a blank page. Keep your eye on the prize. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, because you have to know what it is you want, and it is a prize.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, and actually, this is a perfect one. This goes back to our conversation earlier. We were talking about some of the pitfalls sometimes when you have a plan B.
Yeah.
When you are working towards a goal, but maybe you're also working another job as well, which I did for a really long time. But it can make you complacent when you hit a certain point.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, it's hard to keep your eye on the prize if you're too comfortable. There's not that drive, that need.
Yeah, we have to have that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we have to have
keeping
that.
your eye on the prize is.
Yeah, if you don't have passion for what you want, getting things to come your way anyways, it's a struggle. I don't know if I should say struggle, but it is a struggle, because I don't want to put it out there.
Like it's super easy?
Well, because what we say and what we think, we create.
100%.
And so I don't want to say it's a struggle because I'm created, it's a struggle. It's so easy. Sure. Anybody could do it. But you got to be careful with those.
This is a really motivational chat right now. It's a struggle.
That's a struggle, because you're putting out a metaphor like that, and I don't want to, have it come to pass that all of a sudden it's a struggle.
Here's a nice reframe.
Okay.
Speaking of NLP and Tony Robbins, here's a good reframe for that. All of our struggles and challenges are really opportunities.
Good.
So it's okay if it's a struggle. It's okay if it's challenging. It's okay if it seems like it's, just one problem after the next. Be bigger. Be bigger than your problems. You know what? I love this quote. I love this quote. I did a seminar once, and they said, extraordinary people have extraordinary problems, so ask for bigger problems.
Yeah.
Because if your problems aren't big enough, it just means you're not playing big enough. And I thought, okay, well, that's a different way of looking at it. But
just create that new metaphor.
Just reframe it. I think that we just want to shift the context.
Yeah. Everything comes easily to me. How's that?
Yeah. Well, we want to, why not believe that? I mean, I think it's easy to believe that it's a struggle. And you know what? I think it's a struggle if we allow it to be.
Well, here's the thing. When you think about, if you ask most people, what do you need to make it in Hollywood? A lot of people say a lot of luck. They talk about the casting couch. They talk about all these things. They're really creating that.
And you're talking about my acting days. You may have seen some of my work.
Oh my gosh!
I can't help it. I'm so naughty.
She does stand-up comedy.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You get embarrassed too.
I know. There's like color in my face now.
But see when people put that out there.
Yeah.
But if they say that now, say for instance they say, well, in order to make it in Hollywood, you have to go up against the casting couch, and I'm not that kind of person. Well, they've already sabotaged their success, because number one, they're setting that up as a reality, the only way they can be successful, and they're not willing to do that. So their career's over with.
So be willing to sleep with the director is what you're saying. No, I'm just kidding. No, I completely understand what you're saying.
But don't set that as an element for you to be successful in Hollywood.
Right.
Find something else. What do I need to be successful in Hollywood? I need to show up. I can do that.
Yes.
So, I
I
mean,
need to be prepared. I can do that.
yes. So set up metaphors that are empowering you to be successful in Hollywood. Don't set up metaphors.
That is so true. That is so true because, so often you hear people
Yeah.
do that. They go straight into the negative. And, I used to do that a lot. It's part of the reason I'm so passionate about this stuff is that, when you catch yourself doing these things that are
Yeah.
actually sabotaging, it's just magical that you could actually change that. Because it's so true. If you expect people to be shallow, people to be manipulative.
Yes.
That's who you're going to run into because your energy is here, their energy is here, and you guys are going to meet right in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like be willing to elevate your energy to, well, what can I do that's empowering? What do I want to create? Who do I want to work with?
Right.
What would I love for my experience to be like? Hold that space. Your vibration goes through the roof.
'Cause you
and
could do
guess
that.
who you're going to attract.
That's right. So there it is. That's your new metaphor. What do I need to do? I need to show up.
I like that. What
I
do
need to have a
know?
good time. I can do that. You know?
You know what else I like too is who do I need to be?
Yeah.
Like what emotional state do I want to be in?
Yeah, if you know that, go back, keep your eyes on the prize, keep your eyes on what you need to be to create what you want.
Yeah.
At what number, from 1 to 10, what state do I need to be to accomplish what I need to accomplish? Usually you need to be like a 9 and a 10
Yeah.
to be peak performance. If you want to win a race, you need to be a 9 or a 10. I hope everybody else is a 4 and a 5.
Such a goof. I love it. I love it. I don't know. I just think he's really funny.
That's how you win. I don't know.
You just find all the people that are worse than you.
Yes.
And step on them. That's
That's it.
great.
That's how I became the best. Oh, yeah. You're not a good person. Come on here. You my friend.
Oh,
I can say
love
I'm
it.
better than you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's like the express way to confidence, isn't
Yes.
it? Just find somebody.
Okay, see what else we got here.
What else do you have?
I don't know. I don't have my glasses.
Oh, you
which
just
one?
went over one I really liked. It said
Okay.
making space for something new.
Oh, okay.
Making space for something new. I love that. A lot of times with, I'll tell clients when they're talking about they want to, make a change or they want to experience something different in their lives. Well, I always say, well, do you have room for it?
Oh.
Do you have room for it? And here's the analogy that I use, okay? If you have, let's say, your living room, and you've got all your old furniture in the living room, and you go, I think I'm ready to, redecorate my living room. Well, you wouldn't go out and get all the new furniture and bring it in until you cleared out the old furniture. You got to make space for the new things. If you don't have space, it's just going to be a big old mess. So,
I wouldn't do that again. I know I did.
yeah,
I've
you
done that
should
before.
see his living
Oh
room.
my gosh. We got everything in that living room.
But it's really
Making room, yes.
got to make room for it.
To
So
make
what,
room
what
for
can
things.
you what can you let go of that maybe is no longer serving you, that maybe is no longer supporting you, and that prize.
They say if you haven't used something in 3 years, you should get rid of it.
I know, you should see my closet. My husband keeps saying that to me. He's like, honey, seriously. And the cabinets in the bathroom, he's like, really, Jamie, really? 19 bottles of shampoo that are all like this
Oh my
full.
gosh.
But my friend, she works at Sephora. She gets me good stuff. I'm not going to throw that out.
No, keep it.
Thanks, Blake.
I keep dust. I don't know.
You keep dust. So making room for something new.
Okay.
We're learning this. We're learning too.
Stop was it? Stop.
Oh, steps to forgiving.
Oh, steps
Now
to
that's where I
forgiving.
specialize. That's Jamie's work right there.
Forgiving.
I'm all about practicing
See,
forgiveness.
that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me.
It
you
is,
know,
but
you
it's
do me
magic.
wrong. You know, I come from the old school.
Oh, but you know what? But but that's an interesting thing
Yeah.
because when we hold a grievance, guess what we're doing? We're blocking our prosperity and we're blocking our peace. Because if we don't want to, if we're holding on to that, it's like we're carrying it. It's like a dead weight.
Yeah.
I
I know it is. I know it is. Yeah. Which one?
The one about the ex-girlfriend that you carried for all those years.
Oh,
you felt
yes, yes,
so
yes, yes.
bad.
I did. You want to tell that story real quick?
Yeah,
Just
because
the short
I
version.
thought about it a lot since you told me.
So there was this girlfriend I had. What a wonderful, just a delightful person. I mean, she was an amazing girlfriend, and I was an amazing jerk.
Yeah.
And I did some of the worst things. I mean, just as jerks do.
Well, he was a musician.
Yeah, I'm a musician with a van. Be careful with those guys.
Yeah, be careful. Run away.
Hey, you want to go take a ride?
Oh, no.
So, and then that's...
You would have picked me up right away.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, if I can get that van back.
He's like, is it too late?
Oh, my gosh. Actually, I gave it away.
Oh, yeah.
I did. Have fun with it.
Oh, my God.
I did. I didn't have the heart to sell it.
Yeah, just don't sit down in
I
it.
didn't have a heart to sell it, so I found another guy. I said, I passed it on to him, and I said, have fun. I gave it to him. But,
So all these years ago, he had
Yes.
this amazing girlfriend. He was an amazing jerk, and
as the years passed, you know, I wanted to make amends. And because I did some really bad things I just felt so terrible about, I could never get rid of them.
Yeah.
No matter what, tapping or nothing would get rid of these things. And
that's not true.
and it's terrible when you're walking around every day with these things that are bothering you.
Yeah, because
I mean,
it's eating away at you.
Yeah, and I thought, how could I be so callous and so uncaring to somebody who's that nice? So I called her up.
And this is how many years after, do you think?
20-some years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 years you carried
Yeah.
that around.
20 years. I always
20 years
thought
of guilt.
I should have never done those things.
20 years of pain.
Pain, guilt. And I called her
20
up.
years of shame. Sorry.
She's digging it in there. They women stick together.
We learn young.
Yeah.
We learn young. So he calls her up.
I called her up. I had her phone number. I forget how I got. Oh, I know how I got
You're a
it.
stalker.
No, I did. So you gonna laugh how I got how I got her phone number?
How'd you get it?
I called my mom.
Oh my gosh.
My mom had her number because they still stayed in communication.
Because they stick together.
Yeah.
Women stick together. Listen, gentlemen, be careful.
I know.
Your mom will always track down your ex-girlfriends. They keep in touch. They send each other Christmas
I
cards.
told my mom. I said, "Can I have her number?" And she says, "What for?"
That is so funny. She was protecting her.
And I said, "Well, I wanted to call her and talk to her." And I told my mom a little bit about, you know, how I felt. And she said, "Well, let me give her a call. And
Wow, your
and if she says it's okay, I'll give you her number." You know, was that? That's pretty good though. I mean, you know, you think about it. And so she gave me the number, and I called her, and I won't say her name because, you know. So.
Because then you may need to ask forgiveness again.
Yeah. and I called her. I said, "Hi, it's me." She goes, "What do you want?"
Did she really?
Yeah.
What do you want?
What do you want? I said nothing. I said, you know, I just wanted to call, and I said, I know I was a jerk, you know, when we were together. And she said, "Oh yes, you were," you know. And I said, "But you know, I did some things that I just want to apologize that I've been carrying around with me, and I just want to say I'm sorry. And, you know, I want nothing from you, and I know you're married and you have kids and everything, and you know, I don't want to interfere in your life, but I just wanted to let you know I apologize, and I'm just so sorry." And she says, "Well, for what things?" And I named them. And she said, "You know what, John?" She says, "I don't even remember those things."
Yeah, but you did, and you
yeah.
carried them, and she wasn't even carrying them anymore.
Yeah.
So
She left me in that whole relationship. She was married and had, you know, she could care less, you know, and you know, it just sometimes the things we carry with us.
Yeah.
You know, and she said, you know, if you're carrying any guilt, anything, she said, that's something you have to deal with. She
Yeah.
says, you know, I've let that go a long time ago.